Every night, millions of people over the age of 60 do the same thing. They drink a glass of plain water before going to bed. They think it is good for their health. They think it will keep them hydrated through the night. And they believe they will sleep better because of it. But what actually happens is the complete opposite. That glass of plain water is very likely the reason they wake up at 2 in the morning or 3 in the morning, staring at the ceiling and wondering why they cannot fall back asleep. This is not something most doctors talk about. It is not something you will find on the back of a water bottle, but it is something that is quietly stealing sleep from millions of seniors every single night. And the truth about it is finally starting to come out. So if you are someone who struggles to stay asleep, if you wake up in the middle of the night and feel tired the next morning, please do not skip a single word of what comes next, because what you are about to hear could completely change the way you sleep. Now, before going any further, let me tell you about the woman behind this research. Her name is Dr. Eleanor Hayes. She is a health researcher who has spent more than 3 decades studying how the aging body works, and more specifically, how seniors can live longer, healthier, and more comfortable lives. She has worked with thousands of patients over 60. She has studied sleep patterns, hormone changes, and the effects of nutrition on the aging body. She is not someone who talks about health in complicated ways. She breaks it all down so that anyone can understand it. And what she discovered about nighttime drinking habits in seniors is something that every person over 50 absolutely needs to know. Dr. Hayes always says the same thing. She says that growing older does not mean sleeping badly is normal. It means the body has changed, and the habits need to change along with it. That simple idea has helped thousands of her patients sleep through the night again. And today, her research is reaching even more people. So pay close attention, because what follows could be the most important sleep information you have heard in years. Here is the first thing to understand. Plain water, as healthy as it sounds, does almost nothing good for sleep. When you drink plain water right before bed, your body has no reason to hold on to it. It moves through your system very quickly. It heads straight to the bladder. And within 1 to 2 hours, your bladder is sending urgent signals to your brain. Those signals are strong enough to pull you right out of deep sleep. And once you are awake at 2 or 3 in the morning, most people over 60 find it very hard to fall back asleep again. The sleep they do get after that is light and restless. They wake up feeling like they barely slept at all. Now here is something important. The problem is not drinking before bed. The problem is what you are drinking. Plain water has no calming nutrients in it. It does not help your nerves relax. It does not tell your brain that it is time to rest. It has no magnesium. It has no tryptophan. It has no compounds that support sleep in any way. It simply fills your bladder and wakes you up. And when you are over 60, this problem becomes even worse because of the very natural changes happening inside your body. As the body ages, bladder muscles become weaker. They hold less. They feel fuller faster. This is completely normal, but it means that even a small amount of liquid can trigger that urge to urinate. At the same time, the body starts producing less melatonin. Melatonin is the hormone that tells your body it is nighttime and that it is time to sleep deeply. Less melatonin means lighter sleep and more frequent waking. On top of that, the body also produces less antidiuretic hormone after 60. This is the hormone that reduces urine production at night. With less of it, the body keeps making urine even while you are trying to sleep. All of these changes happen together, and they make nighttime very difficult without the right support. So the question is not whether to drink before bed. The question is what to drink. And the answer, according to Dr. Eleanor Hayes and years of research, is that certain drinks are specifically packed with nutrients that help the aging body relax, sleep deeper, and stay asleep through the night. These are not fancy or expensive drinks. They are simple, natural, and easy to make at home. But the difference they make is remarkable. People who switch from plain water to these drinks report falling asleep faster. They report waking up fewer times during the night. And they report feeling more rested and energized in the morning. The results can begin showing up in just a few days. These drinks work because they contain specific compounds that the body actually needs at night. Magnesium is one of them. Magnesium is a mineral that helps calm the nervous system. It relaxes muscles. It quiets the brain. Most people over 60 are not getting enough magnesium, and that alone can be a major reason for poor sleep. Tryptophan is another important compound. Tryptophan is an amino acid that the body uses to produce serotonin and melatonin. More tryptophan at night means more of those calming, sleep-supporting hormones. Glycine is another one. Glycine is an amino acid that slows down the heart rate gently and signals the brain to enter deeper, more restful stages of sleep. And then there are plant-based calming compounds found in certain herbs that have been used for hundreds of years to help people relax and rest. Now it is time to go through each of these drinks. There are 5 of them. Each one works differently. Each one supports sleep in its own specific way. And together, they represent a completely new approach to nighttime drinking for anyone over 60. The first one being shared today is actually number 5 on the list, and the most powerful one will be saved for last. So stay with this all the way to the end, because the final drink on this list is the one that has surprised the most people and produced the most dramatic results. The 5th drink on this list is warm, unsweetened almond milk. This one is simple, gentle, and surprisingly effective. Almond milk contains both magnesium and tryptophan. These 2 nutrients work together at night to calm the nervous system and help the body begin producing more melatonin naturally. When the brain gets more tryptophan in the evening, it converts it into serotonin first and then into melatonin. That is the hormone that deepens sleep and keeps it going through the night. Magnesium at the same time relaxes the muscles and reduces the restlessness that so many seniors feel when they are trying to fall asleep. The best way to take almond milk before bed is to warm it up gently. Cold drinks can stimulate the digestive system and make the body work harder. Warm drinks have the opposite effect. They signal to the nervous system that it is time to slow down. A small amount, around 120 to 150 milliliters, is all that is needed. Drinking at 60 to 90 minutes before sleep gives the nutrients time to work before the body is fully resting. Some people add just a tiny pinch of cinnamon to their warm almond milk. Cinnamon has its own mild calming properties, and it makes the drink feel a little more comforting and special. It is a small touch, but it adds to the whole experience of winding down for the night. What makes warm almond milk especially good for seniors is how easy it is on the digestive system. Many people over 60 find that dairy milk causes bloating or discomfort, especially at night. Almond milk is much lighter. It is low in calories. It digests gently, and it does not irritate the bladder the way plain water or caffeinated drinks do. People who try warm almond milk for the first time often say they are surprised by how quickly they start to feel calm after drinking it. That is the magnesium and tryptophan working together, and it begins happening within 30 to 45 minutes of drinking. The 4th drink on this list is chamomile tea. Most people have heard of chamomile tea. Many people drink it occasionally, but very few people understand exactly why it works, and even fewer know the right way to use it specifically for sleep. Chamomile contains a compound called apigenin. Apigenin is a natural substance that binds to certain receptors in the brain. These receptors are the same ones that respond to relaxation and calming. When apigenin binds to them, the brain receives a clear signal to slow down its activity. Anxiety fades. Racing thoughts become quieter. The body begins to feel heavy and comfortable. The specific receptors that apigenin targets are called GABA receptors. These are the same receptors that many sleep medications work on. But chamomile works naturally and gently, without any of the side effects that come with medication. It does not make the mind foggy. It does not create dependency. It simply encourages the brain and body to move into a state of calm, natural relaxation. For people who find that their mind races at night, or who feel anxious or worried as they try to sleep, chamomile tea can be genuinely transformative. It addresses the mental side of sleeplessness, not just the physical side. To get the best results from chamomile tea, it needs to be brewed properly. The tea bag or loose chamomile flowers should steep in hot water for 5 to 7 full minutes. Many people make the mistake of steeping for only 1 or 2 minutes. That does not give the apigenin enough time to fully release into the water. The longer steep time produces a stronger, more effective cup. Drinking the tea 45 to 60 minutes before getting into bed is ideal. This gives the apigenin time to reach the brain and begin its calming work before the head hits the pillow. People who use chamomile tea correctly report falling asleep faster and waking up far fewer times during the night. The 3rd drink on this list is something that may come as a surprise. It is lightly warmed coconut water. Most people think of coconut water as a summer drink, something to have after exercise or on a hot afternoon. But when used correctly before bed, it becomes something quite different. It becomes a gentle, natural way to balance the electrolytes in the body and reduce one of the most frustrating causes of nighttime waking in seniors, which is the urge to urinate frequently. Coconut water contains potassium, magnesium, and natural sodium. These three minerals work together to stabilize the nerve signals that control the bladder. When these nerve signals are unstable, the bladder overreacts and sends false urgency signals to the brain. That is what wakes so many seniors up in the middle of the night. The electrolytes in coconut water calm those signals down. They reduce the irritability of the bladder. They help the body hold on a little longer between bathroom visits. And along with that, magnesium and potassium also help prevent the nighttime muscle cramps that so many people over 60 experience in their legs and feet. The key to using coconut water at night is dilution. Full-strength coconut water can actually be too much for the system at night. The right method is to mix it with warm water in equal parts. 1 part coconut water to 1 part warm water. This reduces the sugar content and makes it gentler on the digestive system while still delivering the essential minerals. Drinking 100 to 120 milliliters of this diluted mixture at least 1 hour before sleep gives the body time to absorb the minerals and for the bladder calming effect to begin. It is a simple and inexpensive habit, but it works in a way that surprises most people who try it. The second drink on this list is golden milk. This is a warm drink made with turmeric, black pepper, and milk. It has been used in traditional wellness practices for centuries, but modern research has now confirmed exactly why it works so well. The main active compound in turmeric is called curcumin. Curcumin has been extensively studied for its effects on the body, and one of its most important effects is its ability to lower cortisol. Cortisol is the stress hormone. It is meant to be high during the day when the body needs energy and alertness. But in many people over 60, cortisol stays elevated even at night. And when cortisol is high, sleep is almost impossible. High cortisol at night keeps the brain in a state of alertness. It makes the heart beat a little faster. It keeps the muscles slightly tense. It prevents the deep stages of sleep from being reached. Curcumin works against this by calming the body's stress response. It does not make anyone feel drowsy in a forceful way. It simply removes the obstacle that was keeping sleep away. With cortisol lowered, the body can finally relax fully and move into the deeper, more restorative stages of sleep that seniors so desperately need. Now, there is one very important detail about golden milk that most people do not know. Curcumin on its own is very poorly absorbed by the body. Most of it passes through without being used at all. But when just a small pinch of black pepper is added, something remarkable happens. Black pepper contains a compound called piperine. Piperine increases the absorption of curcumin by up to 2,000%. That is not a typo. 2,000%. So adding black pepper to golden milk is not optional. It is essential. Without it, most of the curcumin is wasted and the drink does much less. With it, the full power of turmeric is unlocked. To make golden milk, use half a teaspoon of turmeric powder, a tiny pinch of black pepper, and 150 milliliters of warm milk. Regular dairy milk works well here because the fat in milk also helps absorb curcumin. The drink should be consumed about 1 hour before bedtime. People who drink golden milk regularly report not only better sleep, but also reduced joint pain and stiffness in the morning. Curcumin's anti-inflammatory properties work through the night to reduce the inflammation that causes so much discomfort in aging joints. So golden milk does double duty. It improves sleep and eases pain at the same time. Now it is time for the most powerful drink on this list. The #1 sleep drink for people over 60. The one that has produced the most remarkable and consistent results in seniors who try it. That drink is warm gelatin water or bone broth. This might sound unusual at first. It might not sound like something that belongs in a list of bedtime drinks. But the science behind it is undeniable, and the results that people experience are extraordinary. The reason this drink is so powerful comes down to one single amino acid called glycine. Glycine is one of the most important nutrients for sleep that most people have never heard of. Research has shown that glycine, when taken before bed, produces a very specific effect on the body. It lowers the core body temperature slightly. This is crucial because the body actually needs its core temperature to drop in order to enter deep sleep. When the core temperature drops, The brain receives a signal that it is time to move into the deepest and most restorative stages of sleep. Glycine helps this process happen more reliably, more quickly, and more completely than it does on its own. But that is not all that glycine does. It also slows the heart rate gently. A slightly slower heart rate at night means the body is in a more restful state. Less stimulation, less tension, more peace. The nervous system settles down. The muscles release any remaining tension, and the mind becomes quiet. People who take glycine before bed report that they not only fall asleep faster, but that their sleep feels qualitatively different, deeper, more satisfying. They wake up feeling like they actually rested, sometimes for the first time in years. On top of the sleep benefits, glycine is also the main building block of collagen. Collagen is the protein that holds the body together. It is what keeps joints healthy. It supports muscles. It maintains the structure of skin, tendons, and ligaments. After 60, the body produces less and less collagen naturally. This is one of the reasons why joints ache and muscles feel weaker. Drinking warm gelatin or bone broth before bed gives the body a generous supply of glycine every night. While sleeping, the body uses that glycine to repair and rebuild collagen in joints and muscles. Many people who start this habit report that their morning stiffness begins to decrease within a few weeks. The easiest way to use this drink is to dissolve 1 teaspoon of unflavored gelatin powder in 120 milliliters of warm water. Stir well until completely dissolved. Gelatin powder is inexpensive and found in most grocery stores. It is essentially pure collagen protein. 1 teaspoon gives the body a meaningful dose of glycine without adding a lot of liquid to the bladder. The other option is a small cup of low-sodium bone broth. Bone broth is naturally rich in glycine and also contains other minerals that support sleep and recovery. Both options work well. The key is to drink it 30 to 45 minutes before going to bed. This gives the glycine just enough time to reach the brain and begin its sleep-promoting effects before the eyes close. Now, knowing about these 5 drinks is only part of the picture. The other part is knowing how to drink at night in a way that works with the aging body rather than against it. This is something that Dr. Eleanor Hayes emphasizes with every senior she works with. It is not just about choosing the right drink. It is about drinking the right way. Because even the best sleep drink can work against sleep if it is taken in too large an amount or too close to bedtime. The most important rule is to keep the amount small. The body over 60 does not need a full glass of liquid before bed. It needs just enough to deliver the beneficial nutrients without flooding the bladder. A range of 100 to 150 milliliters is ideal for most people. That is roughly half a cup. It is enough to feel the effects of the drink without creating a full bladder within a couple of hours. This one change alone, simply reducing the amount of liquid taken before bed, has helped many seniors cut their nighttime bathroom trips in half almost immediately. The second important rule is timing. The drink should be taken 60 to 90 minutes before sleep, not right before getting into bed. This buffer of time allows the body to process the liquid and begin benefiting from the nutrients before the deepest phases of sleep begin. It also means that if there is any need to use the bathroom from the drink, that urge will likely come and go before sleep time. Many people make the mistake of drinking right before they close their eyes. This sends liquid to the bladder right at the moment the body is trying to fall asleep, and the result is an inevitable middle-of-the-night awakening. Another important habit to build is emptying the bladder completely just before getting into bed. This sounds simple, but many people do not do it consciously. They may go to the bathroom earlier in the evening, but not right before lying down. Making it a consistent part of the bedtime routine ensures that the bladder is as empty as possible when sleep begins. This gives the body the best possible chance of sleeping through the night without interruption. Combined with a small amount of the right drink taken at the right time, this habit can dramatically reduce nighttime awakenings. Sipping slowly also makes a meaningful difference. Rather than drinking the bedtime drink all at once in a few large gulps, it should be sipped over 10 to 15 minutes. This slower intake gives the digestive system time to absorb the nutrients more efficiently. It also prevents the sudden large volume of liquid from hitting the bladder all at once. Slow sipping turns the drink into a calming ritual rather than just a quick task. And that ritual itself, the act of sitting quietly and sipping something warm and nourishing, sends a powerful signal to the nervous system that the day is over and it is time to rest. Now, with 5 drinks to choose from, it can feel overwhelming to know where to start. Dr. Hayes always recommends trying one drink at a time rather than experimenting with all of them at once. If multiple drinks are tried at the same time and sleep improves, it is impossible to know which one made the difference. But if one drink is tried for a full week, a clear picture starts to emerge. The body gives honest feedback when given the chance. A simple starting schedule would be to begin with warm almond milk for the first week. Pay attention to how quickly sleep comes, how many times the bathroom calls during the night, and how rested the body feels in the morning. Then, in the second week, try the gelatin drink instead. Notice the differences. In the third week, try chamomile tea. Each body is different. What produces extraordinary results for one person may produce only modest improvement for another. The goal is to find the drink that works best for a specific body and then make it a consistent nightly habit. It is also worth remembering that these drinks are not medications. They do not produce instant, dramatic results the way a sleeping pill might. They work with the body's natural systems, supporting and enhancing what the body already tries to do. This means that some people notice improvements within the first few nights, while others may need 1 to 2 weeks of consistency before the full benefits appear. Patience and consistency are everything with natural approaches. The results, when they come, tend to be lasting rather than temporary. Sleep does become more challenging after 60. That is simply the truth. The hormones shift. The bladder changes. The nervous system becomes more sensitive. The body recovers more slowly. These are real changes, and they require a real response. But the response does not have to be medication. It does not have to involve complicated routines or expensive supplements. Sometimes, the most powerful changes come from the simplest habits. A warm cup of something nourishing, taken at the right time, in the right amount, can genuinely change the quality of a person's night. Thanks for watching.